Hello, welcome to Compelling. I'm Katy Wellesley-Wesley. With 18 years of experience in the art world, ranging from senior positions at blue-chip galleries to startups, I'm now a Paris-based consultant to brands, foundations, artists, and collectors. Thank you for joining me to listen to Compelling, a podcast exploring the intersection of art, culture, and luxury. I'll be interviewing visionary artists, cultural leaders, and brand innovators to find out how storytelling, mastery of craft, and collaboration come together to build community, engage audiences, and shape lasting legacies. Compelling offers listeners fresh perspectives on the ideas and aesthetics shaping luxury businesses and culture today. Today on Compelling, we're joined by Vitalie Taittinger, President and CEO of the storied champagne house Taittinger, one of the few great champagne houses still family-owned after nearly 3 centuries. Born and raised in Reims, Vitalie trained as an artist at the Émile Cohl School of Design in Lyon and could hardly have predicted that today she'd be running a global wine business. Vitalie became president in 2020, working closely with her brother Clovis Taittinger. Under her leadership, Taittinger has continued to balance quality and traditional with thoughtful innovation. Well, thank you very much, Vitalie Taittinger, for agreeing to be a guest on Compelling and being here today. It's a pleasure to meet you and to really understand the story of Taittinger and how you came to be the president and CEO of this extraordinary champagne house. So I'm going to start, if I may, with your training. Before you were in the wine business, you were trained as an artist. So I wonder, what did you imagine life would look like?
I think that since I'm a child, I love art. Mm-hmm. And in the family, it was really a thing which was super important. My parents, they were collectors. Mm-hmm. And also for them, going to the museum, be curious was something very important, very central. Mm-hmm. And we were also playing music, singing. So it was arty family. Mm-hmm. So naturally, when I had to choose, this way was the one, the most obvious for me. And I studied art in Lyon. Mm-hmm. And my dream at that time was to be a painter. Mm-hmm. So I was focused on that.
Mm-hmm. You've spoken about the kind of turning point for you was when in 2005, Groupe Taittinger was sold to Starwood, who are a kind of a group that are very invested in hotels. Mm-hmm. And this was a rupture for the family.
For the family, it has been a big rupture. And for my father, it has been a big rupture. For me, until that time, I never thought joining the business because it was not at all the purpose in the family. So it was a group, family one, with many different family. Mm-hmm. And some of them were working in the companies. Some of them were not working. So finally, in 2005, they made the decision to sell the group. Mm-hmm. And my father, for him, it was terrible because he was not only working, he was continuing the action of his father, his uncles. And for him, it was a commitment to the country, a commitment to the city, a commitment to the employees. And he was not able to cut the link like something which is natural. So I saw him very sad. And at that time, he was the only one to be against the fact that...
oh, really? He was...
Yes, I think, or maybe very few, but he was the only one. Yeah. And to express it and to be, at that point, disappointed. And I saw him making his way. He was working in the champagne company for 30 years at that time. It was... his only career, so it was so precious to him. And finally, he knew very well the system. He knew all the local actors around the Champagne, and he decided to arrange kind of secret candidature to be able one day to take back the company. So I saw him with his own weapons. So it was quite light because the money he didn't have the amount of money needed to buy back the champagne company.
Yeah.
But he found very good partners, very solid partners. They took tremendous risk. I think that today probably it would never be possible again. But at that time it worked. And 1 year later, he managed to buy back the company with the help of Crédit Agricole du Nord-Est. So not the country level, but really the local level of the Crédit Agricole. And also the help of the support of the wine growers, the people of the company, and his father, who had been mayor of Reims for almost 20 years. So it has been really kind of mentor, very important to conclude with the Crédit Agricole du Nord-Est. But and finally, he managed to buy back the company. So at that time, for me, it has been a big rupture in my own life because I realized really the meaning of the familial adventure. And also I realized that it made no sense for me, not anymore, to be an artist alone, to work on something which is about myself. When I was seeing my father, who had done such a big thing, which was also full of meaning for me. The fact that he had this dream, this crazy dream, and everybody, they were telling him, you will never manage, you have done something crazy, you will have a big crash. It was violent.
I mean, it was close to 700 million euros, the buyback.
It was 600 million euros,
okay.
Which is already
which is still
kind of price.
Yeah. At this point, what's 100 million?
You don't count anymore.
Wow.
No.
And it seems rational also that when a family is so big and there are so many cousins and there are so many people involved, that at some point actually it's better for the business to have a smaller number of people that are trying to run it rather than to consult with.
This is history.
Yeah.
You cannot fight against something you are not controlling at that point. And I think that I really believe in destiny, and I think that this is also the strength of the project now. I think we started again with a big name, a fantastic quality of champagne, with a fantastic distribution all over the world, with a brand very strong, but with a spirit of a startup.
Yes.
And finally, I think this is a very interesting model that we can also challenge today, because the comfort, not a good thing. You always have to be lively. You always have to challenge yourself. You always have to think about, yes, you are here one day. You succeed some of the things, but you can also lose everything. So this is important to keep this energy.
And I mean, obviously, you knew already the world of champagne well because you had seen your father. But what did you believe then about the champagne world that you don't believe any longer?
No, I will. I have to tell that I was quite far of the champagne area, and my link were very. It was nature. It was the vineyards. When I was small, I used to go there with my mother because she was a big fan of nature. So it was important for her that we spent many hours every day in the nature. So my link was this one, and the product, the smelling, also the part which is linked to having people drinking champagne together, different nationalities, different cultures, mixing. And it was really, for me, champagne, it was that. And when I arrived in the company, so very, very fast after my father bought back in 2007 at the beginning, I think I learned everything. And at that time, I had no vision, and it's true. Really, it was I totally discovered, and even now, when I look the notebook I have written at that time, it's super funny because you see that I was just discovering every single thing, the team concept, and also about the product. About the system of champagne, which is quite complex, about the image, the impact of the image of champagne all over the world.
I think of all of the kind of luxury industries across the whole world, you know, champagne is the product that is most associated and accessible in a way when anybody has a celebration. I mean, there's nothing else in the world like it.
Nothing compared to champagne, because this is not only a wine, this is a symbol. And I think that associated to champagne, you have many wonderful words. You have family, celebration, love, wedding. You have all the beauty, culture. You have many emotions. They are linked to champagne. And I think that this is really unique. And you were telling about the fact that this is affordable today. You can have a bottle of champagne for a price which is cheaper than a box of chocolate, than a flower bouquet or something like that. So finally, this is really a question also of choice. You're right, not affordable to everybody. But this is also the thing I love in champagne. When you want to tell something to somebody, and when you offer champagne, you are giving much more than a glass. You are giving an emotion and a message. So this is also the reason why I love to work for Taittinger, because this is a mission of happiness.
It's a very powerful way to put it. I'm going to go back, if we may, to your leadership and the family. And what are the advantages, I suppose, of working closely with your brother now? How is that different, do you think, for other employees of the house?
With my father, it has been fantastic because he gave me things that he would probably never have given to everybody. Yeah. So he told me things very personal because he knew me. He knew how I could react, how I could transform what he was telling to me. So it was very precious as a teacher, fantastic teacher. And but after, he was also very special because this is a man with such a huge personality. He was very strong, very heavy in a way, heavy in the good, in the good way, in the good meaning. And with my brother, when my father gave us the control of the company, I think that we totally changed the way we were working together. And we just became one. We are really one because we complete each other perfectly well. He is what I'm not, and I'm what he is not. And working with your brother, this is also... he is looking at you. He is paying attention to your balance, able to just sometimes say, "Oh, how are you?"
Yeah.
So sometimes having somebody who is taking the time to create another space where you can discuss, and this is fantastic. But I am lucky. I have a fantastic brother.
Yeah. So many very celebrated champagne houses are now under group control. I mean, LVMH owns so many that too many to name them all. So having all of the decisions just self-referenced, you don't have a group.
That is fantastic.
That's amazing. I mean, it's a challenge. So I'm interested on your.
This is a fantastic. This is a freedom, and I think that being a family into a group would have been more complicated. Now, being a family and being independent, this is fantastic because the fact that we are a family is a key. When you're a family, you are thinking in a long-term way. We are not doing things to make money in 3 years, in 4 years, in 5 years. No, we create with the company, an environment with people, with tools and everything, which is based on a long-lasting idea. And for us, this is major. You are not doing the same choice at all than the other one. For example, my father, when he arrived in the company, so with a big debt, as you know, he decided at once to put 100% of our vineyards, so 288 hectares, which is huge, in enherbments, so to stop all the herbicides. So you knew at that time that it will completely change the approach of the culture. It will probably impact the yields and finally the result. And he did it because he had this vision of being responsible and sustainable. Today, this is fantastic for us because we improved. We are very secure with the type of culture he decided at that time. And even we can go further. We know what is to approach a risk, this kind of risk. But this is possible if you don't have to change your philosophy, if you are free to keep the same philosophy for decades, for a century. This is possible if you maintain also this family spirit in your team. So you have people, they stay in the company for the entire career. So they are secure. They know what they are doing. They are not afraid. They know that we will be there. We will protect. So
yeah, there isn't going to be the sort of turnover of executive at the top of a company. Which
you cannot ensure the same thing.
Yeah.
With this family freedom, all the decisions we are making, they are very strong and they are rooted, and they can really propose ourselves for decades. So it's strong.
You've described the advantages and the fact that you're able to kind of be agile and independent. But how do you differentiate? What's the kind of the core identity of Taittinger, which is different from its competitors?
Everything we are doing is super personal. Sometimes we are doing things, if you are from outside, say, wow, what they are doing. What are they doing? But we can explain the reason why. But this is personal. It doesn't belong to the rules of the perfect marketing, Procter, L'Oréal, ta-ta-ta. No, we have our own way, even in terms of budget. You were telling about the budget compared to the big group. Of course, they have big budget. But from the beginning, when my father rebought the company, we had almost no budget for everything. But we worked tremendously, and we just had to find solutions to be right in the middle. So every single thing, every single action was super efficient. And finally, when you learn like that, you understand that sometimes when you have a lot of money, you are losing a lot of money because you are in your comfort zone. You are not counting anymore. You are not checking if somebody is giving you the right price. You are not trying to find other solutions. Sometimes the lack of money gives you best solution.
This season of Compelling is presented in partnership with Cahiers d'Art, the legendary Paris publisher founded in 1926 at the crossroads of modern and contemporary art. For nearly a century, Cahiers d'Art has collaborated with icons like Picasso, Duchamp, and Calder, and continues today with leading voices such as Ellsworth Kelly, Philip Perrino, Arthur Jaffa, and Rosemary Trockel. Cahiers d'Art is also the home of the legendary Picasso catalogue raisonné, known as the Zervos. This definitive 33-volume record of Picasso's work is one of the most important art publications of the 20th century. At the heart of its programme is La Revue, a landmark publication dedicated to artists shaping the past, present, and future of art. And beyond publishing, Cahiers d'Art is also a gallery on Rue de Dragon in Paris, a space where art, culture, and ideas continue to meet. Discover more at cahierdart.com or experience it yourself in Saint-Germain-des-Prés. So I wanted to ask you a bit about culture and collaboration. So these are kind of hugely important from everything I've read and understood. And last year you launched Polychrome. So it's, if I've understood correctly, it's a restaurant, it's a cultural space, and it's something to create experience for visitors to the estate. So tell me more though.
I think that when I arrived at Taittinger, I think everything were in place. I think you had collaboration with artists through the Taittinger Collection project. You had the music very present, even in the names of the bottle of the range, in the names of the cuvée. You had the tremendous presence of gastronomy through the culinary prize. We have created now 58 years ago. So you had many things, but it was not told. It was not expressed during the visit and the experience of the visitors. And when after the COVID, we had this fantastic opportunity to refurbish all the headquarters of Taittinger at Saint-Nicaise. For me, it was essential to put this culture at the center of the experience, being maybe the meaning of what we are doing with champagne. With champagne, we are giving emotion. We play with a palette of cru to reveal through the blending the emotion of a thought, of something which is from us. So you want to express something and you do it with a cuvée of champagne. And for me, it was important to mix the excellence of the champagne blending with the excellence of the culture, because this is something which is, I think, you have interactions all the time. This is because we love art, because we love beauty, that we are creating champagne cuvée. And finally, the restaurant Polychrome is a way to put the visitor in the same action of creation. You arrive, you are in a place which is full of light, in the nature, because everything is turned to the garden, which is beautiful, changing through the seasons, and you have some piece of arts. They are playing with the transparency, so you have glasses of several colors. So you are in a mood which is super quiet. And then we bring to the people some food, but not in the same way than another restaurant, because we want us that the visitor work about their own freedom to create emotion. So they do their own blending.
The blending of the food?
Blending of the food,
okay.
Pairing with champagne, changing the taste of their food with condiments to have several emotions with the same cuvée. So this is a game. I propose to the people to just remain a child and to find back the pleasure of creation. So this is very funny, and you go into this dimension of pairing through the colors. So you have some colors, texture, food on the table, and you are mixing that with the cuvée. So if they want to make you believe that red is blue, this is totally at their end.
But hence the name also, Polychrome.
Yes, Polychrome. Yeah. But after, finally, this is for you to play.
Another of your new projects is, or recently inaugurated, I should say, because I think it's been germinating for a while, but the philanthropic ArsNova. Describe this and your vision for that.
We are doing inside the Champagne Taittinger a work between champagne and culture, and the idea is to make our customer live in art. Finally, this fund is to speak to other people. My grandfather was a mayor of Reims, so it has been a very big example, a strong example of engagement. When you are working in a territory, in a country, you have to give back also to the society, and you have to put your own help on the table. So this fund is about that. I will not do politics, will not be mayor of Reims, nor anything else, but I want to help. And today, for me, what I see through also my own child is that more and more it's hard to find your place in this world, because you don't have this emotion of beauty. And this emotion of beauty is able to reveal what you really are, your place in the world. This is very important. You act because you have pleasure. So finally, through this fund, and with the arts, gastronomy, plastic art, patrimony, and lively art, we give to the people emotion. We transmit the emotion of art to reveal what they really are. For me, this is very important, that we bring a lot of people with us.
So it's to create access to people who might not be able to come to.
You tell that much more.
No,
in a better way.
But
This is exactly that.
I want to be really clear for the listeners.
This is about
that you're bringing in school children, and you're bringing in people who would never ordinarily get to see whatever it is, contemporary dance or wonderful live art, or and you're giving them also the culinary experiences.
Yes, because we still have this culinary prize we put in the fund, which is for the transmission of the excellence, and the idea is to reveal the next generation of top chef. And in action to transmit to the people that don't have access, we have a kind of food truck you can cook in. So we welcome 12 guests in each time, in places where we just saw that the access is hard, or you have some problems of how you feed yourself and everything. And we put those 12 people together, little kids, also people they have handicaps, and we teach them how to cook with very simple things, how you make something good. So you have a nutritionist with here, you have sometimes also some chef. They are giving their own experience, and they are there also to gift the people they are with. They say, you can believe that you will do it because I did it. And myself, I'm coming from there. So this is very important. And finally, they have 2 hours. They are cooking with very sane products. And at the end, we share the work they have done, the dishes, with their family, friends. So they are proud, which is very important. And at the end of the day, we give them the products to do the same at home. So the aim is to re-put people at the same table for discussion, for link, for sharing, for emotions, and also to put this generosity. I prepared a very good dinner for you. What a beautiful message of love. So the idea is to go to reach that.
In general, I mean, when you've made the decision to open the restaurant, and when you've made the decision to start this extraordinary food truck project, what are you looking for that makes a collaboration feel like this is going to work, or this feels right for the brand?
I'm looking the same. I want that people they can be happy with. Because I think I feel rewarded when I'm going to Polychrome, and when I observe the people at the next table, and when I see them sharing what they are eating, making them taste, and say, oh, and being surprised and happy. This is a super reward, because finally what you want to wake up people and say, you can have pleasure, you can play, you can, this is funny. Life life is really a freedom act. So you have to take all the space. And this is the same with the food truck, because I can tell you, when you spend 2 hours and you see all the children's, their evolution in 2 hours, sometimes you are a brother, a sister, so they are from the same family. You have one who is super shy. You have one who is taking all the space. And at the end, you see the little one daring, doing things and being proud. So finally, you can change the world with very simple things. And this is fantastic. This is an emotion.
A little more about our partner. In 2026, Cahiers d'Art celebrates its centennial, 100 years at the heart of modernism. To mark the occasion, Cahiers d'Art will stage a global program, exhibitions at the Musée Picasso in Paris, at the MoMA in New York, and the Guggenheim Collection in Venice, among others. Alongside these, a landmark centennial book and new editions of the historic Revue will honour a century of creativity while opening a new chapter for the future. Discover more at cahierdart.com. This is a couple of questions about much larger problems that are not just in France or concerning champagne. But I was wondering, there are a couple of things. Drinking habits around the world are sort of shifting. I mean, now we're told that the generation who've just come of legal drinking age, I mean, they're drinking less in general alcohol than any previous generation. And the no and low category has really exploded. What do you make of that? And does it have any impact on your...
If I'm telling about champagne, this is super small.
Yes.
And you are not drinking champagne as you are drinking a soda. This is not the same. I think we were telling about that. Champagne, it's a message. This is a kind of ceremony. So this is not the same. Of course, I'm paying attention to that. But I think this is also the best moment to consider that wine is a culture. We are not telling about strong alcohol. We are telling about civilization. And this is really, this is not only a product, this is a culture, which is coming from it has been created by necessity centuries ago. And this is still present in each one. And after, I, of course, respect the choice. I'm the first one to be very happy not to see alcohol growing up for the young people. This is normal. But I think that I'm not feeling like being a producer of alcohol. We are a producer of champagne. Champagne, this is an amount of jest. This is an amount of knowledge. This is a curve of experience which is crazy. This is a monster of precision. This is not the same.
Well, there's much less, necessarily, there's not much less refinement. It's very difficult to put the same complexity of flavor into something that hasn't matured over time. So it's just a completely different, as you
for me,
say,
it's
utterly different. But it is nonetheless, I think, an interesting trend that people now are choosing just not to drink at all, and they celebrate, I don't know, with the expensive chocolates instead.
Maybe,
but it doesn't matter, because actually the market is
the thing which is important is that they continue to celebrate. Because happiness is really, really important in life.
And we touched briefly, because you described your father's decision when he brought back the company, the Maison, that he had decided to be much more sustainable in the agricultural practices. How does that actually play out in practical terms? And I mean, you must have been one of the first to begin that adaptation, if it was 20 years ago.
Exactly, and now this is something which is totally rooted in all the spirit of the company. When it was my father, everything was a question of intuition, and now the thing we are changing now with we are structuring much more to really making sure that in every territory of the company, this sustainability system can be robust, can be efficient enough, can be also calculated, because this is not only a message, this is something you have to measure and to firmly do. So now we are working on that for more than 5 years, and this is also a big satisfaction for me, because we improved. But this is, it takes time.
What is the hardest part about bringing everything in line from that point of view? I mean, you said it's a process. What's the biggest challenge? Is it measuring?
The biggest challenge is to understand from where we are, where you are coming from, where you are coming, and to fix where you want to go, and to watch all the territories in detail, and to see how you make them move together, how you make them understand where you want to go, how you share all the objectives and problematic with them, to be sure that even without you, even without the certification, naturally the company will be sustainable. So this is... when to make change, people, they used to work for 30 years like that. It takes time, and sometimes they really want, but this is not just about the volunteer. This is really how I can deeply make changes.
How can you actually have an action plan that's gonna,
which is realistic with all the rules of today? Well, this is not an intuition. At the beginning of the démarche, you have some people say, yes, we will have water with a paper cup, things like that. But this is not about that. This is much more consistent than that.
So we're going to move on to a few short questions. Just the questions that I tried to ask. I am interested always in asking what advice you have ever been given that stays with you today. And conversely, when somebody asks you for advice, whether it's somebody in Champagne or just, for the next generation, maybe for your children, what advice you give?
My father, when he left, it was just after Christmas. So I took Christmas holidays, and he was working during the Christmas holiday to let me an office, which was his office previously, totally clean. In the office, I found 2 letters, one from the Bible and one from him. So the one from him, it was, I really am confident. I trust you. And the one of the Bible was turned about. When somebody enters into your office, pay attention to really look at him. The important is not the ID you already have. The important is to let your heart tell you something about the situation. So I think it's a very good advice, because most of the time, you can think, yes, I have done this, so now I know how to do it. No, this is a very lively a company. This is an everyday process. You always have to ask yourself, yes, do I took the right? You have to feel things. So see with your heart. And the advice I would give to people is when you are entering in Champagne, the important is not to change things now. The important is to stay, to look at, to be very careful about not damaging the champagne. Because this is very agile, but this is also very fragile. And this is a very long-term process. Too many people, they worked to build this champagne area. So you have to respect what has been done, and of course you have to pursue the adventure and you can orientate the thing, but it has to be evolutions and not revolution.
What do you think luxury means today?
Today, for me, this is, of course, the research of excellence with time, long time process, and with humanity. I think human time, all the things we are not necessarily finding everywhere. I think those two ingredients are very important. For example, if you are paying attention to Hermès, the hands, the knowledge, the know-how of all the people they are working, the way they respect not only the customers, but also the knowledge of centuries ago, how they are able to organize a transmission, how they are taking their time. Me, I respect that. I think that luxury, you don't create something like that.
No.
This is something which means an amount of knowledge. So this is that.
I mean, this is one of the great advantages of heritage luxury maison, whether it's Hermès, who you just mentioned, or Taittinger, is that there has been this passage of time, and there is that savoir-faire that's been built up over centuries. There's no substitute really for that.
You know, sometimes you have a luxury brand, and sometimes you have a real luxury brand. And when I'm thinking about Hermès, I'm always fascinating. I know that if they have a problem of reputation of a creator or something like that, it will not affect Hermès. Because this is something which is the knowledge of the people, the whole chain of production, the heritage in terms of transmission is super strong. You know that for the people, they love the beauty of what they are producing. They will always find this beauty because this is caring by people. And I think that today the luxury is strong when you protect that. When you when what you are doing is totally at the top of the channel. This is not a name. It's not only a name. This is a knowledge.
On that note, and on that thoughtful response, Vitalie, thank you so much for being a guest today. I've really enjoyed the conversation, and I'm sure that the listeners will too. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Compelling. I've been overwhelmed by encouragement and positivity since beginning this podcast. If you'd like to support, please share, follow, and subscribe wherever you access your podcasts. It really helps the show to grow. Thank you for listening to Compelling.